Welcome back. It's time to do some garden chores. So I have a lot of grapes. They're unprotected, and I finally decided to invest in some these chickens. They have a lot to say. I finally got some organza bags to protect my grapes, so let's go do that. Here are my blueberry grapes. They're so cute. This one I already picked because I wanted to taste it. You can see these are the blueberry grapes. I think they're pretty tasty. They taste like blueberries, just like that. A little bit tart, a little bit sweet, pretty good. My chickens really like these too. So I'm actually gonna give them this little bit. Let's see if they will cooperate. All right, so this one is Stormy, and she really likes the grapes. Here you go. They don't like to be held so much, but at least not up here. They like it on the ground. And here you can see I have Zen Lollipop. We're gonna, don't know what that is, but gonna carefully just wrap it around. This is the 8x10, I believe, size. I'm sure there's a better way to do this faster, but here we are. All right. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I did a couple more there. I have two different kinds of grapes. You can see this is the blueberry grape, so it has that rounder shape, and then it'll turn into this purpley blue. And then this is Zen Lollipop. This one too. So you can see like there's a shape difference between this and this. So there's quite a few up in there as well. And there too. The leaves are looking a little brown because I actually did some pruning, and those are just dead leaves. I try to come in here and make it so there's airflow back here. And then I want light to come through a little bit. And there might be some up there, but I have a passion fruit here that is going bonkers. You can see underneath all that fruit. And I'll show you as we go up into, it's like a forest up here. But there you go. That's my passion fruit above my chicken coop. It's one plant, and it goes down to there, and it's protected by my chicken, or from my chickens, by that hardware cloth. And then it goes all the way over here, and it starts to tangle with my grapes. So these are my grapes at the top view. We were down there, and now we're up here. You can see that's where we are. And so the passion fruit goes all the way down as far as your eye can see, and all the way this direction. And here is a grape as well. You can see it right there. That's a grape leaf. And so this is the vine, and it's starting to tingle, but let's see, we have a lot of fruit, passion fruit. Let me show you. Let me get down. Whew. All right, let's get down. So here we were up there. And so this is my chicken coop. It says Coastal Homestead. And here also a ton of fruit. Look at this guy. Very exciting. And then this is all along the chicken coop. You can see there's lots and lots of fruit. And this is what the flower looks like. Okay, so now I am done with the grapes. I picked a few to keep. I gave a lot to my chickens. This is, I'm trying to hang this on here. Hold on one second. This is the 3rd year for this plant. So I don't have, oh my gosh, what is that on my head? Dirt. So this is the 3rd year for these grapes. So we're finally getting a decent amount of grapes. We'll probably get a lot next year. I think I water maybe once or twice a week and that's it. So these grapes are just surviving off of chicken poop. Okay, so let's go and get some eggs. Okay, so here we go through the passion fruit. And look at this, it goes, look at all this. So these are the flowers, and there's a fruit, there's a fruit. Oh, they're so cute. It's like ornaments under here. Then this one doesn't have any, but look right here. Here's another, here's another, there's another, all the different stages. Oh, and for reference, this is what it looks like. There is the coop, and I am against the wall. So I have cut this back, I have pushed it in, but it is a vine, so it's growing and protecting the coop from getting too hot. So anyway, let's go get those eggs back there. Okay, here are some eggs. Let's go. 1. I'm gonna have to put this in my shirt. 2, 3, 4, some feathers, 5, 6, and 7. So I put lavender, cut lavender in the bottom for them to nest on. Then we actually have a broody chicken down here. Come on. She's sitting on some eggs. I don't have a rooster. So she was sitting on some eggs. I don't have a rooster, so that would have been a waste of her time because they're not gonna hatch. All right, got the eggs, wrapped up the grapes, and now let's go put everything away and on to the next task. Here's my egg rack. I had to change, my chickens pooped on me, so back to our garden tasks. This is a hydrangea. It looks dead, it's not dead. So let's give it a trim. You'll see right here, you have new leaflets coming. So I'm gonna cut right there. I'm gonna go around and do the same thing everywhere else. Leaves that look like that won't recover, so I will strip it down. And here, there. Cut all these bad boys off. Look how nice and green that looks. Look at that. And I'll continue over here. Go down a little bit more. So like I was saying, right here at the tip of my pruner, you can see, let's see if I can show it to you better. Right here, there's a teeny tiny node coming out. So I'm gonna cut right there, right above it, just like that. Same over here, same over there. See the little green? That's where I cut, right above. Right there, right there. Cut this down a little bit more. Cut for shape. I'll leave this little flower on, it's kind of cute. Now it's ready for new growth. Let's take off all these yuckies right here. Look at that. It just needed to be deadhead and pruned. And now all of these will set. Flowers. There you go. Hey, Momo. Maui wanted to come and visit while we talked about hydrangeas. Growing hydrangeas in Southern California is very possible. You do have to know your space very, very well. Now, if you're gonna grow hydrangeas in Southern California, our sun is pretty darn hot and our weather gets a little toasty. So I would say find a spot that is either east facing or north facing. So that way your plants get morning sun and not the harsh afternoon sun. Let me show you what happened to me. So this is a hydrangea I brought home and was not thinking and left it in my front yard. My front yard is east facing, it should have been okay, but there was one thing I totally did not think about and I should know better, is that this plant was grown with 50% shade cover. And it was also sitting at the nursery under shade cover, which means it was in the shade. And I brought it home and stuck it straight into the sun. So it suffered some sunburn, then there was powdery mildew. I brought this home, I wanna say 4 months ago. I let it bloom, it's not looking fantastic, but I kept watering it, I kept feeding it. So the plant is stressed, but it's okay. And we're gonna give it a quick prune, a quick haircut, and it's gonna start fresh. So this one is a lovely blue. Opens like this, turns blue, but like I said, it suffered from sunburn and then powdery mildew, and it has seen better days. So what we're gonna do is give it a haircut. You see how right here at this leaf node, there's two sets of leaves coming out. So we're gonna cut right there. Actually, there's more right there. There's two tiny ones. So I'm gonna take a look and see how we can make it an even all the way around and revive this guy. Take my pruners. So this is kind of the shortest it is. So I'm gonna deadhead right around there for length. So you can see here's the leaf set and I'm cutting right above there. And I want it to be all about the same so I get that wonderful ball shape. Now here you can see there's another leaf set, there's another leaf set. So I could have cut higher up, but I want to try to give it an even shape all around based on this one blue one right here. So I'm gonna give that a cut, down here, this one a cut, over here. Again, you can see there's leaves here. Bring you closer. There's leaves right there. There's also a leaf set here, and there's a set above, but I'm taking it from here for the shape of the plant. So, right here, this one, giving that a snip, this a snip. turn this around so you can see better. Over here, haircut, 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 haircut. Actually, take that down a little bit lower. That's a piece. Take it down here. Go to that one. Go to this one. This one. That one. Take that one down. This one down. There we go. It's looking better already. So this one might be okay. I'm going to let it flower. I am going to take off these extra leaves. So you can see right here, it has some really healthy leaves and a flower bud right there. Cut this one down. Put that one down. That one. That one. Let's see. Probably here. And then over here, and this one right there. It looks so much better already. I'm gonna go through and by hand, just take some of these off, clean this guy up. All right. Oops, how did I miss this one? Right here. I'm gonna go right here. There you go. Looks so much better already. And you can see all this new growth right here, right there. So much new growth that it's going to just bounce back really, really pretty. I left this just so we know which plant it is. But there you go, it's so pretty. It's so, so cute. I could cut this, but I'm gonna wait. The leaf sets are down here, so I will probably cut right here and right here. Once these are spent, I just think it's so cute, so I'm gonna leave it on. But there you go, there's my shrubby hydrangea. Now that I gave my hydrangeas their haircut, it's time to cut the basil. This is one of my Thai tower basils. You can see it is huge, it goes that way. And then I have a volunteer tomato plant right here. And then over here, this is an Italian tower basil. You can see it's gorgeous. Really nice, big and leafy. And then over here, there's another Thai tower basil. I have another Thai tower, so you can see it is huge. And I have two more of these. This one, and because I did not stake it, it fell over and it's growing horizontally now. You can see it's like the length of my arm. But if you can see, its trunk is right along there, but the sun is obviously above us. And so the branches are all turned up, growing on one side and not this bottom side here. It's so funny. Look at that. So this bed has a lot of volunteer holy basil. The leaves look like this. Oh, I just found the craziest looking caterpillar. It's so weird. Wasn't expecting that. Well, put it back. So that's one garden bed, and then over here is the other bed, and I actually moved them from back here to match, be side by side like an entrance to my garden. A lot needs to be done still, a greenhouse needs to be put in, but for now, this is where we're at. That soil has been repurposed and brought over from when the beds were over there. And so I have another video of that process, But yeah, so let's just get harvesting. When I'm harvesting, I'm actually going to harvest deeper into the plant so I get more branching. Let me show you. Since this plant is so big, I need to cut it back and I don't want it to fall over and split. So what I'm going to do is actually take a cut this big and use that. So we're gonna look into the plant and cut. Let me bring you closer. So here's the top of the plant and I'm gonna look down into the plant. And actually, now that we're here, I see that this is kind of yellow. I don't like that. So I'm going to cut it off. This goes to my chickens. And here, same thing, not a fan. These pieces down here will all go to my chickens. Trust me, they don't mind. So giving it a really, really good haircut. Okay, so now that that's cut, I see that this one is branching this way and it is not going to sustain the weight in a little bit. So I'm actually going to cut it here. This, I'll probably keep this side and give this yellowing side to my chickens. So just like that. Chicken pile, my pile. So where were we? Over here. You can see, let me bring you a little bit closer. See if I can show you better. The branching here. You can see at each node, there's a Y figure, and you want to cut right above a Y. So I think I'm going to cut deep, and I'm going to cut right here. Let's see if you can see that. Ooh, these leaves, there's a lot of leaves. I'm going to cut right there. So like I said, it's right above. There's a Y right here. So this branching and this over here is going to grow better and bigger. So here, cutting it again. Because I don't want the plant to get top heavy and then break. So with one gust of wind, all of this will fall over and break. So these are my towers. I've got a lot of basil. So here you can see it a little bit better. You do it right above a leaf node, just like that. I'm probably gonna just get everybody a cut. All right, and this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna leave that alone now. So now I'll go do the next one. This is all one basil plant. The issue is this branch here, I don't know if you can see it, it broke during transit. I actually brought this over from Pasadena Showcase House and it broke. So what I'm gonna do is cut right here. So this entire branch, look at that. You can see how it's all growing vertically, chasing the sun. Then I'm going, so because I don't want that to happen again, I'm actually going to cut deeply into the plant. Oh, there's a spider. You can see right here, this one is a thick branch. And so by cutting this thicker one, removing the center stalk, it will grow better. More there, and there, just like that. This one looks like it broke, so I'm gonna cut that off. Oops. Now this plant's done, I'm gonna do the rest of them. So this is one basil plant, and it leaned over, and so you can see that the main branching, you can see that the branch is here. Now, as this plant grows, it's gonna be way too top heavy. So what I'm gonna do is actually just cut it. So from up here, this is the leaning basil. I'm gonna cut it here because you can see at the base, it's already growing some other ones. And we're gonna straighten this guy out by, I'm gonna cut right here. Here we go. And we're actually going to stop it from going that direction as well. I wanted to show you something I think is really cool about plants. This was the branch that was growing horizontally. So this is the orientation. And you can see nothing, so this is the way it's supposed to grow. Nothing was growing on this side. The sun wasn't touching it. It was just like this. So it grew completely vertically. All the branches only grew up towards the sun. Nothing grew on this side. Pretty wild. I think I'm done gardening for today. We covered my grapes, we cut my hydrangeas, we pruned my basil, and now I'm ready to feed my chickens. Oh, we even collected chicken eggs and I got pooped on. If you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Happy gardening.